Before we even get started today, I just got to remind you, June 11th, save the date. If you're anywhere in New England, we are having the Chopperhead 21st anniversary party, and we're doing a pre-party here at the shop. And then we're going to do a ride over to the venue, which is a place called The Vault in New Bedford, Massachusetts. We got Murphy's Law playing, Lenny Lashley playing, Cinder Block, and some special guests to be announced. Well, we might not even announce it. You might have to just show up at the show to be there. There's advance tickets available through the Vault at vaultnb.com. And if you have any other questions, shoot us a message on Instagram or give us a call here at the shop. But yeah, June 11th, save the date. Also, me and Packer still have our raffle up. And if you are interested in winning the Yeti's Taint, which is a 72 shovelhead chopper, Chopperhead custom built, or one of my personal vehicles, a 41 Ford Coupe, check out my Instagram, simply at Big Truth or Believe in Packer. We got a bunch of information there, or on Chopperhead Instagram or Facebook or whatever. But yeah, there's a post there with all that information. You can still get in on the raffle. We're doing only 400 tickets. First place gets first choice. Second place gets the other vehicle. And third place gets a $300 gift certificate for a tattoo with Johannes from Black Stallion Tattoo. And Johannes has been on the show a couple times, so you know him, the Prince of Frisia. He's Dutch, but a real top-notch, internationally known tattoo artist. And if you don't live in the area and you can't get out here for the tattoo, he has a company called the Tattoo Flash Collective, and you get a $300 gift certificate from them. And they got all kinds of books and prints and like flash sheets and whatnot for tattoo artists. So definitely get into this raffle before it's all sold out. But we still got tickets left as of now, so go to my Instagram at Big Truth to check that out. Now, if you are in the market for motorcycle parts or apparel and accessories, you need to check out Old Bike Barn at oldbikebarn.com or on Instagram at Old Bike Barn, especially if you have an old Japanese bike. They got a lot of the hard-to-find parts for that, and also stuff for your Harley and everything else. So check them out, oldbikebarn.com. They have a clothing brand called White Knuckler, and they make knives and motorcycle, leather apparel and whatnot, all handmade here in the U.S., top-notch, high-quality shit. So check them out, oldbikebarn.com. If you happen to be in the unfortunate situation where you find yourself in a motorcycle accident, you need to check out Law Tigers over at lawtigers.com, or go to Facebook, and type in Law Tigers plus your state to get in touch with the local office. If you're suffering from insomnia, or you got aches and pains or soreness or inflammation, any of that stuff, and you've been wanting to check out CBD oil, then make sure you check out Cradle Lake Clear over at cradlelakeclear.com. They make the best CBD oil on the market, really high-end stuff, super quality. Go to their website, Cradle Lake Clear. They tell you about how they process it. They go in depth and show you. This stuff, there's CBD's popping up everywhere. You don't want to just go to the bodega and get some bullshit that's on the shelf. Check these guys out. It's not the cheapest, but it's fucking quality, and that's what you want. You get what you pay for. So check them out, cradlelakeclear.com. It's not some $2 bodega bullshit. Now, if you need some CBD oil for your pet's anxiety, or your pet's a little nervous, or your pet's got sometimes they got hip issues or any kind of joint issues, you need to check out vetcs.com. They make CBD oil for your pets. They got it for dogs, they got them for cats, they got it for horses. Again, another top-notch product. I wouldn't have anyone as a sponsor on this show that I wasn't friends with, or I didn't wholeheartedly believe in their product. But you know what I mean? It's all good stuff. So check them out, vetcs.com. It was a CBD oil company started by a vet and a vet tech, and all legit there. If you're looking for some clothing, you know what I'm going to say next. Omerta. Oh, and by the way, if you use the promo code Big Truth at checkout for either Cradle Lake Clear or VetCS, you'll get discounts off your order. So make sure you type in Big Truth as the promo code at checkout. So summer's coming, you need new shirts, you need new t-shirts, you need new tank tops, shit like that, socks. You want some rad gear, you need to check out Omerta at omertamia.com or on Instagram at Omertamia or on all the social medias at Omertamia. Now let me spell that because I know I got a Boston accent. OMERTAMIA.com. And if you know what code of silence, Omerta means mind your business, keep your mouth shut, don't be a rat. But they got all kinds of fucking rad designs. They do a lot of exclusives and limited edition items and whatnot. So check them out, omertamia.com. Use the promo code BigTruth at checkout. You get 20% off your order there. Now, if you are also looking for clothing and stuff, and you're a little more on the dark side of things, meaning you're into weird shit, like maybe you're into serial killer stuff or cults or the occult, you read a bunch of Aleister Crowley books, you're trying to join the Golden Order, the New Dawn or some shit. But you're also into shit like vans, like custom 70s boogie vans or like choppers and things like that. Then you're going to totally dig Heavy and over at heavy.bigcartel.com or on Instagram at Heavy Clothing. My man Zach Doom's got a clothing company and also purveyors of other types of nefarious wares. So, check them out, heavy.bigcartel.com. If you use the promo code FTW at checkout, you will also get a discount off your order there. So make sure you do that. And, you know what else? Chop Cult. If you're looking for motorcycle-related information, you need to check out Chop Cult, the biggest online resource and clearinghouse and fucking message board setup for motorcycling. It's all broken up by different topic, whether you're into American bikes or Japanese bikes or British bikes or choppers or, whatever. If you're looking for tech advice, if you're just looking to post pictures of rad bikes and whatever, even off-topic stuff, they got it there. They also have a online swap meet where you can buy, sell, and trade parts. One of the other big things is they have an events page where it shows all the events going on across the world, broken up by date and location. So if you're looking for any kind of, the world's opened back up. If you're looking for some shit to do this summer, definitely check out Chop Cult. The best part, everything to join at Chop Cult is absolutely free. So check them out, chopcult.com, or on all the social medias, simply at Chop Cult. And, also check out Pitchfork at pitchforkny.com, a clothing company and record label run by some brothers of mine. Top-notch stuff there. They're putting out records all the time and also new clothing. And pretty much they've been in the industry for a long time, and it's like all the apparel that your favorite bands are wearing, these guys are the ones that are making that. So check them out, pitchforkny.com. And last but not least, check out Chop Ahead over at chopahead.com. It's my motorcycle shop, full service brick and mortar motorcycle shop. So you can come in. We have a parts counter, a showroom, and then a full service shop in the back. So whether you need a part or you need a helmet or some riding gear or you need an oil change or a full custom chopper built, anything in between, we do it all. So check us out. Performance stuff, audio stuff, customizing, everything. So check us out, chopahead.com. And last but not least, if you want to check out more information on the podcast, check out bigtruthpodcast.com. All the episodes are up there. And without further ado, we're just going to get into it right now.
Sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have a liftoff.
Yes, once again, we have liftoff. I want to thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Big Truth Podcast. And I'm here today with my man, Fred Smith, who you may know from the tattoo world or the punk rock music world or the skateboarding world or any other fucking nefarious fucking worlds out there. You good with that?
Nefarious?
I don't know.
I might need a dictionary for that one, this is where I'm from, so whatever I have done is pretty rooted right in here, right?
Yeah,
Masshole, original Masshole.
Yeah. So We already did a podcast before we even hit record, so we're going to go back and rewind and come back through it again.
That was practice.
Yeah, it was a practice. We had to warm up the throats, get everything broken in and everything, right? But if you don't know, Fred was a pro skater for Alva back in the day when shit was just popping and fucking getting good. And he's a known tattoo artist out here now. And how long you been tattooing, actually?
I started around 85, messing around.
Yeah.
And then when I was out west skating, I got the chance. I was always an artist.
Yeah.
And I was always into getting tattoos. So, it was like, hello. It didn't take a brain surgeon to put those two together.
Yeah.
So I was out there and I was getting work by Mark Mahoney, and he was in a jam. You can be a rock star and be in jams, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I've been there. Yeah. And but I got a little apprentice for doing a little thing for him. He showed me the ropes, like a quickie, it was like 3 or 4 months, but it got me right on track, all the tricks and the this and the that.
Yeah. Well,
shaking that single needle fine line, gray wash was and I still love the gray wash, but the single needle I had to, you got to scrub that. That's like,
yeah.
Come back every 2 or 3 years, we'll tighten it up.
Yeah, man. So that was 85, and you when did you start skating?
Well, when I was a kid, obviously.
Yeah.
But I had a full-time gig, I was an adult working.
Yeah.
I actually, and that was just a hobby of mine. And road trips and meeting the right people and being very lucky and timing, I got the chance that most people don't, that window.
Yeah, well, let's talk a little bit about that, because it was a different time back then. And you were like, very few dudes back then from the East Coast were breaking out. It was a lot easier if you were a West Coast guy. You know what I mean?
Everything's out there. We'll hold the whole business.
The whole industry, yeah. So as a dude, you're originally from Mass, but you kind of grew up in Newport, right? Were you Newport?
No. I moved there after.
Yeah, after?
Yeah.
Okay.
I grew up in Mass, lived in Mass, and then once I started traveling, I was just a road, road dog. A resident of the world.
Yeah.
Which is, I love that international shit.
Yeah, so for people maybe not as familiar, why don't you kind of give like a history of like a rundown of how you got into skating and like how you ended up getting with going pro, and getting with Alva and all that.
Yeah, it's a very simple, the same story really. Did it as a kid, loved it, and it did other things too, but eventually if you really enjoy something, it's like drugs or anything else, man. You get addicted to it.
Sure, yeah.
You can be addicted to anything.
Yeah.
Look at this motorcycle shop we're sitting in.
Yeah.
I go, those are all bikes you're working on? He goes, well, not really. This one's mine. That one's mine.
Yeah. Well, luckily I got more into motorcycles and less. I didn't get into ever get into hard drugs.
There
you know what
you
I mean?
go.
So that's why. And everyone's like, "How do you have all this shit?" I'm like, "Well, because I work and I buy shit and I don't fucking squander it all."
That's
what I mean?
right.
And to me, a lot of this shit's investments too.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You know
Money in
what
the
I mean?
bank.
Yeah.
So in that right, it just became addictive.
Yeah.
And just lived and breathed it, for years. And when you do something that much, I don't care how coordinated you are, you're going to get good at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
Yeah.
But I have seen the opposite.
Sure. Yeah. Well,
There is that random case.
Yeah.
Special cap on that one.
Yeah. So how did you go from, what was the first board you ever got?
It was a regular plastic little junk ass thing from Kmart.
Like those red and green plastic ones?
Best thing I ever had.
The red wheels? Was it? Did it have like the red?
No, this had open bearings.
Okay.
It was before that, and the tiny ass little. You could barely grind the thing on a 90-degree curb. You could barely grind. So skinny. But we learned how, and then
those
it was
were the
just
70s.
Oh
right
my
there,
god, the 70s, just boom, 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 and then just the weekends turned into long weekends, trips, and then we hit bigger contests, and we'd drive to Arkansas for the weekend, a long weekend. That's a fuck of a ride for a weekend drive, and then had to be at work on Monday morning.
Yeah.
I was a mechanic at a Pontiac dealership and a couple other backwoods garages, but
Yeah.
the mechanic at the dealer, and and they don't take just I can't come in. That's not on a. It's not like being a tattoo artist or
Yeah.
bike mechanic or that's why we love this shit. You can just
Well, in the world of bike mechanics, there's a lot of fucking no showing, but it
but they're not gonna throw you out the door for it.
But yeah, so you started getting into it, getting more obsessed with it, then started more like getting into doing not just skating like around, but like entering contests and.
Yep, entering contests, and that was never really a big thing of mine. I mean, I really disliked them because, for one thing, it's pressure. It's an unrealistic setting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, go. Now is the time to perform.
Yeah.
And, what we would do is just have sessions, just like, oh my God, just sick-ass sessions. And so those contests turned into me meeting Tony Alva. And him going, hey, you want to ride for me? I think this is going to work. Da, da, da. I like your attitude and your haircut or whatever. I don't know if you know what it was.
Yeah.
But me and Tony hit it off, and which is rare because I don't know if you know him, but he can be a very difficult person.
Well, yeah, I've heard that. I don't know him. But
I know. But anyways.
But you hear that about a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of people that I've heard that about I meet, and I'm like, these dudes fucking cool, right?
Yeah.
But it's probably, you're looking for like, when you recognize a like-minded person, something clicks.
Exactly.
And
Yeah. So I did a little bit of that, and then a year later, I had a board out. I was still an amateur. Everybody's like, you can't do that, and I'm like, well, where are the skateboard police?
Yeah,
Are they gonna come get me?
Yeah.
No, they never came. Yeah. So we made a shitload of money, and the contest thing was just something to be around, and I was never very good at it. But going and skating with the kids, you know what I mean? Going to their ramps and going to their mom's barbecues and, swimming in their pool, hitting on their sisters.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a beautiful thing, and that personal connection also worked on the promotional side because my gig was just selling boards.
Yeah.
And not personally, just, what I mean? Just like I sold a lot of boards because I put the time in, traveled around.
There was a while where your board was like one of the top sellers, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
That's
couple
crazy.
Years.
Yeah. I had one of those back in the day.
Yeah, that's, thanks for the $1.
Yeah. Was that where you got $1 a board?
$1 out of it. They were retailing for $26. I got one.
Oh, well, hey.
That pretty face. Ching, ching. Yeah. There you go.
You drew the graphic on the...
I did not.
Oh, you did not?
No.
I remember seeing a picture of you holding it or something. Yeah. I thought...
It was local Braintree. Sean McLean, if you're a skater out there, I'm sure you know it, old school guy, and great artist. And he was a singer for the Loud Ones for a little while, and he just whipped it out. And for some reason, it was money. Yeah. It was just, you know what I mean?
It just resonated.
One of those things.
But that's how it was. Like, I don't know about now because it's like, like any scene like that we were involved in. And it's not a bad thing, but things grow and get inundated. But I remember like back in the day, like there wasn't as many boards. So you had a chance for a board to be way more iconic than now. Like, and
the experimentation of like, widths, shapes, lengths of noses and tails and wheelbases.
Yeah.
It was just getting figured out to what that popsicle stick thing now is that works for everything.
Yeah.
They were going hog wild with the handles and the hosoi and the saw blade,
the shock
shaka.
Yeah.
And all the cookie shit. I want to say Mark Lake. You ever see that board?
Which one was that? I'll know it if you explain.
It looked like an arrow, like enter here.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, I think.
Yeah, that was kind of the pinnacle of like experimentation.
I can say that because he's from the East Coast. So he's a Florida guy.
Yeah. But I mean, because I remember when I was a kid, I had that same one of those plastic skateboards, and then I had this weird Santa Cruz that was my first wood board. But it was like the size of what a freestyle deck would have been.
Right.
But it wasn't because it was before there was freestyle decks. And then right after that, I had a Vision Agent Orange was my first.
Shit!
My first
zero
real
concave.
Yeah, flat as fuck.
I found some boards up in my. I was moving out of my house. I sold, and there was some old boards in the rafters in the basement, and I was looking at these things. No, like seriously, 2-inch nose if you're lucky. Tail just worn down to niblets. You know, just like looked like somebody took an axe to it. And zero concave. Yeah. And the grip tape was like, just like, you know, it's like rubbing your foot on like concrete.
Yeah.
That's how slippery it was. And we were freaking ripping these things. We didn't care.
Yeah.
And it's just like those little boards. It's like on a bike, you know, when you get your first mini bike with the lawnmower engine.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, if you had that feeling bottled up of you as a kid on that fucking lawnmower bike and then you on your first like sick chopper, same fucking thing.
Yeah,
you just don't know the difference.
Yeah,
and it's a graduation. And well, some people graduate, some people do not.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I remember speaking on that. Like I remember my first chopper, and it was like a '64 Triumph with like a stretched out long Springer, 12 over Springer, fucking coffin tank, the whole deal. Death trap, Springer bouncing around. But I didn't know any better. I'm like, fuck yeah, this is fucking awesome. And then I built my second one with like a regular front end, but it was still a hardtail. I was like, oh shit, this is how a motorcycle is supposed to handle. And I was like, you know what I mean?
It's really not as dangerous as I thought.
No, yeah. But still, the same thing. But like you progress and find things out. But like, yeah, it was like it took a while. They got boards dialed in. But yeah, I remember it was like people used to want the biggest board you could find. Like, you know what I mean? There was a time for that.
Yeah.
But what I always liked is like going back into that era of time where I always gravitated more towards like when I did skate. I'm not a skater by any means. I was just a punk rock kid that skated around, I always gravitated towards like the Alva stuff or like the Zolak stuff, because to me that was all the more punk rock. Because at that time, like the Bones Brigade stuff were all the dudes with the like kind of the flip that flippy hair and stuff, and I was more into like the gnarly punk rock shit. And that's what I always liked about the teams that
Kevin
like,
Stab.
Yeah. But yeah, I was more about like John Gibson fucking Zolak shit or like the Alva shit.
And that hits another nerve on this. Like I don't know. I'm just going like really broad spectrum here.
It's fine. Yeah.
It's like a brand, or like what you're selling. We just happen to look like the gnarly ones, leather jackets and shit.
Yeah.
But in reality, and I'm not taking anything away from all those skaters, but Tony Hawk and Caballero, really? I mean, I don't care what kind of fucking hair they had. They were insane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
but
absolutely.
Being gravitated toward, I mean, there's enough room in every field. You know what I mean? And skateboarding was the same thing. You have your bad guys, you have your weirdos, you got your nerds, and then your superstars. But we liked our little position there. It was, and it's been, kind of cross references like, oh, you guys were like a gang. And it was like, well, yes, it kind of was, because if you weren't in the gang, you weren't in the gang.
Yeah.
And we decided that. The guy with the owner would be like, oh, I'm going to bring this guy in, and we had to like vote it out.
Yeah.
And it was like,
but you're going to be
traveling with this guy and this and that, you know what I mean? So it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's not like a clicking thing, but it's like, even like if you're in a punk rock band or whatever band, like and you're going to be a touring band, you got to make sure everything works out.
Yep.
Not just like that they're a good player or a good skater, but can I sit in the van with this dude for 14 hours?
There's a lot more to being that guy than just being good at something.
Yeah.
You have to be tolerable.
Yeah.
And be loyal.
Yeah.
And on time. It's like you got to be, every now and then you got to be an adult.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Even when you're doing the unadult shit, you got to be an adult about it, right?
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. No, it does though. It's like we do chopper shit, but still got to be at the show on time and set up and fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
where are those fucking chopper guys? They're just chopper guys.
Yeah. I mean, an hour into it, we're going to be fucking full retard, but like, but we'll be there. You know what I mean?
Can't sell it if you ain't there.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
just like doing the tattoos, man. You can't make the tattoo if you ain't there.
Yeah, exactly. So being on the road, is that and that's where you kind of got, and that's kind of a thing I always, kind of a running theme that I always have in these podcasts and just in life and telling people, it's like, it's one thing to research shit and be the dude that knows everything off the internet, you know, but it's another thing to live it. And, you know, you can look at all the skate videos you want or look at all the chopper show videos you want because, you know, everyone at the event, people are just filming all fucking day anyway and post live. But you want to get in this shit, you got to be there because that's how you get in. Like, like you said, you were at this event, you met Tony Alva. He's like, hey man, I like what you're doing. Why don't you come on
luck,
the team?
Man, luck
but
has to
it's
do
luck,
things.
but it's also putting in the work and being there.
Putting in the work. If I wasn't there, I would not. None of that would have happened. So if I didn't hit that trip, and we had a breakdown on the way.
Yeah,
you know, I was a mechanic, so I stopped at a junkyard. Yeah, and that's a good story too because we stopped at the junkyard and it was in the middle of the night. My alternator went out and this little shitty Datsun I had. Yeah, and so we're sleeping in this parking lot next to a junkyard.
Waiting for them to open.
Waiting for the junkyard to open so I could switch out the alternator.
Where were you guys headed for this show?
We were going to Arkansas.
Oh, this is one of the Arkansas.
And this was in like Delaware or somewhere down there.
What year is this?
Oh, 83 or 4.
Something like that. Early 80s.
Yeah. And so the light comes up and we're like, holy crap, look, there's an empty skate park right in front of us. Abandoned skate park right in front of us. So what do us knuckleheads do? We go skating first and then fix the car.
Yeah.
And then finally made it to Arkansas, and that was my in on it. That was just my, fate.
Yeah, man.
Or if it wasn't fate, fuck, it was great.
Yeah. But that's the thing, man. It's like you when you're out and about, and then now you're on a skate team and you're traveling and you're meeting other people and you're interested in tattooing, and now you're apprenticing with Mark Mahoney, who's like a internationally known fucking cat.
It was so quick. Boom, boom, boom,
yeah,
boom.
just you were there. Just like you said, he was in the gym, you helped him out, and he's like, all right, fucking, I'm going to show you how to tattoo. But I'm sure there's people that would wait in line for fucking years and pay a lot of money to get an apprenticeship.
I should tell you what it cost me to do that. I mean, what can I lose? So I was getting tattoos by him, right? And he was getting a little banged up on some some speed.
So
he was
on Go Fast.
Yeah, Go Fast. All right. And he was having trouble with the wife and blah, blah, blah. And come to find out he wasn't driving because he had outstanding warrants for parking tickets. 300 and something, like 340 or something. So I made a deal to go down to the DMV for him to pay the tickets, $340. And he let me hang out for like 2 or 3 months making magnums, making needles, how to shade, how to, diluting ink and just like the sterile process and the whole thing. Yeah. It's like, oh my God, it was a school for pennies. Yeah. Yeah, it was just luck. It was like, I've been lucky, man,
Yeah. The thing is, and I don't tattoo, but I'm a part owner of a tattoo shop because my best friend in the world was a tattoo artist and I do the laser removal shit, but I'm around the tattoo culture and have been for a long time. And that's one of the things that I think was cool about tattooing back in the day was it wasn't just like, oh, you can draw good, so you're going to be able to tattoo in a week. Like, you still had to learn the whole thing. Like, you're still making needles by hand and fucking scrubbing tubes and fucking and learning how to sterilize shit. It wasn't just like, all right, I'm gonna buy fucking 2,000 needles and fucking disposables, which is cool. I'm not saying it, but like, it was way more of like a trade and a skill than it is now.
Now, if somebody tells you they do tattoos, you got to beware.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You can't just take it for like, wow, for being a tattoo artist. Some people just say that. Yeah. They got a kid online and they work on their friends.
Yeah.
And, you got to start somewhere, but don't call yourself a tattoo artist.
No. But yeah, I mean.
But that apprentice thing it's like being in like a bike club. It's like being in a freaking prospect.
Yeah.
If your guy tells you to do something, you fucking do it.
Yeah.
Because he's giving you life support system for the rest of your life, making fucking lawyer money. Being a fucking knucklehead.
Yeah.
So, I mean, come on.
Yeah. I always was jealous. I wish I could draw. Like, and I'm sure if I had donated
don't worry,
100% of my time.
Can't draw,
I know.
They can tattoo.
Yeah. I could trace, But it was, to me, it's like, there's plenty of people, like, I don't need to get in that world and I got my own fucking things. But I was always like, a fucking life, man. And I always get pissed when I see people that don't appreciate like what an apprenticeship is, or just try and get into tattoo artists and cut corners. Or they try and get into the game and cut corners and stuff. It's like sooner or later that's gonna bite them on the ass, you know. But like I felt like it was like at the same time where if you wanted to learn how to build bikes, you went to a shop and you apprenticed. Same type of thing, you know what I mean? You swept the floors, did whatever it was, and then you started learning shit.
Be a helper.
And you pick shit up. And
clean parts, blah blah blah, and you watch.
It was also teaching you the culture of things, not just the physical of like you know skill set. It was teaching you like it was tradition and a culture to it like that. I have a lot of respect for, and it's sad that a lot of that's gone in all these worlds. Like you know what I mean, like that we're in motorcycles.
Right, where you roll up on some motherfuckers and you don't know how to act. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're like. Hey, you know, you almost got us fucking killed right there.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I know you saw all 3 seasons of Sons of Anarchy, but it doesn't. It's not teaching you how shit works in real life.
You got the biker vest.
Yeah,
all the appropriate patches.
The pre-patched biker vests that you bought at
you gotta love
Harley.
that thing.
I can't wait to see it. There's an inside joke about a vest he got that had all the patches already on it. Not MC shit, but like fucking live to ride shit. So when I do see that, I'll take a picture and post it up for everyone to see. But yeah, man. So what's been going on? Like, so you've been tattooing since the '80s. Are you still skating at all?
I stood on one today.
Yeah,
but no, I'm getting back in shape. Actually, I'm working my way into it. Last couple months, I've been stretching, been riding bicycles, and because what I did find is I got hurt pretty good a couple times.
Yeah,
and what happened was like I wasn't really into the skating. I just went skating.
Yeah.
So if you're not something like that, if you're not prepared, man, it's so easy to get broken when you're my age. I'm almost 60 years old.
Yeah.
58. So
yeah, you don't heal as fast. As you do when you're 18.
And so you got to be careful. And I got my tattoo career to worry about because as soon as you bust your wrist or whatever,
you can't.
And you can't work.
Yeah, this what's going to go either a knee or a wrist is what goes first, right?
You know, and I can always make money at this, that, and the other thing, but I'd rather make it the easy way.
Yeah. I know you were doing construction for a long time too. Like,
I run machines. Yeah. I'll do anything. I don't give a shit. But,
yeah.
Well, hey, almost anything.
Yeah. When Andrew was an apprentice for you, we would always like the stories were fucking great. That was a little more wild days, but he'd be like, yeah, he's out running a machine, and then he's gonna come in, but he's gonna drink this much before he start tattooing and fucking.
God. I was a mess.
Yeah.
Ooh. But it kept, I was so, I don't know. I was on a roller coaster for so many years of just like, go.
Yeah.
And finally the wheels fucking come off. You know what I mean? You need some maintenance. And that's what I wasn't doing, man. I was drinking a lot, doing drugs. And you can't keep that pace up,
No.
And then in a family, raised my family, I had a house, the tattoo shop. And the tattoo shop was crazy. We were just stupid.
Yeah.
It's totally dumb. I mean, there's no reason why it still shouldn't be there, but I just dropped it.
Yeah.
Just went totally berserker.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it got out of control.
No. But you know what? I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but, it sucks that it's not there anymore. But it's to me, it's rad that it was what it was because I liked tattoo shops and having a tattoo shop way better when there was still like pirate dens and fucking bananas. Like now it's almost like you go to a lot of tattoo shops and you're like, am I in the fucking Gap or some shit? Like, it's like someone's at the door like, hey, how can I help you? Blah, blah, blah. And it used to be like, I remember going into like Art Freak when I was a kid and Jack would be at the door and be like, what the fuck you want? Dude? Yeah. Who the fuck are you? Like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, and then, you kind of, even just being a customer, you had to like earn your stripes. You have thick skin. You know what I mean? That's what I miss. Like,
It's funny. That was part of the weird thing when I went up to West. It was a weird like they didn't know how to take that abrasive like East Coast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, ball busting shit.
Yeah.
And then I finally I just had to tell you, it's like. That means we like you.
Yeah, absolutely.
When we're busting your balls. That means we want to waste the time to take an effort to try and crack you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And that's just the way it is.
Yeah, and most people like in that situation don't realize all you're waiting for is them to come back at you.
Keep it going.
Keep it
I don't
going.
know about you, but I've always been a very competitive person, and that's just another competition.
Yeah,
how
just
to
ball busting.
verbally stomp. The dude.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, man.
And if you have something good to come back, man, we can appreciate.
Yeah,
that, you know?
yeah.
It's like watching anybody do anything else you love that's really good at it. You're like, holy fuck, that was awesome.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
give a fuck who did that.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man, for sure.
Even if it's on my account.
Yeah. Because you just appreciate the technique and the skill, yeah, the delivery or whatever.
The level
yeah.
of the delivery.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, I mean, I don't know. Hopefully that's spread, but I've seen that too. Like even in the motorcycle world, like you go to different regions, and you ball bust, and people get like hurt and like upset, and it's like, nah, I'm fucking around, man. Like fuck. Like if I didn't like you, I wouldn't be saying anything to you. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like yeah, like
and then finally they get it. You know.
yeah.
I mean, I've had situations that I've been in weird, like not that, but where at first they take it the wrong way, but then they learn that holy shit, he's actually taking the time to actually talk to me. I'd much rather just say, hey, fucking get the fuck away from me. You know?
Yeah.
And then you know what's going on, but you know if you're just playing around, having fun.
So going back to like the skating stuff, like how long is it like? So you meet Tony at that one contest. He's like, "Oh, let's do stuff." And then did you start like really going on the road with Alva right away?
No,
or?
not right away. No, what did I do? I think there was like a couple of contests they sent me to on the East, and then they did they ran an ad in the magazine, and then we just came out with it like. 85, I think.
So you weren't even pro at the time.
I was never pro. I never turned pro.
Yeah.
I just, it's like fuck. I just skate. Who
Yeah.
cares? It's not like
because really,
I don't want to label.
Yeah.
I just want a paycheck.
Yeah. So, but like, it's what you did was it wasn't like the difference between what you're doing in pro is just a name. You didn't do competitions to get pro. You just You were traveling around.
Yeah,
like you said, crashing.
I was just doing it in a different way. Yeah,
and hanging out.
Yep,
and then
hanging out, doing the like putting the time in with people.
Yeah.
How do you get more of an effect if somebody just is up there, you're up on the stage watching, or you're actually on the ramp, on the platform with them?
Yeah.
He's flinged his board, fucking busted my eye open, man.
Yeah.
People love those stories.
Oh, absolutely.
We'd go to these little ramps, and we'd have barbecues with the parents and shit.
Yeah.
And, sometimes the parents would be, smoking hot moms.
Yeah.
And they had PVC coping on this 4-foot mini ramp. It would break the coping, And it was so easy to break that shit. But you break it, they're just like super impressed.
Yeah.
That guy broke my coping up my ramp.
Yeah.
And it's almost like being a pro bowler, It's like, what do you get to throw shit and smash shit, Like, and that was like skating. That was sort of thrashing, and all that stuff came from just skate and destroy.
Yeah.
It's like being a skate Nazi. Everybody's like, oh my God, that's like German. I said, no, it's just like the same mentality as a Nazi, but you're just skating. It has nothing to do with like Germany or the Holocaust.
Yeah.
It's just it's just a word, but it's so funny.
Yeah. So what was some of like the I'm sure like there's been some particular like things that stand out moments in like that time frame. Like how long did that time frame last where you were really on the road a lot skateboarding?
After the board came out, I was straight for probably from 85 to 1990. So a good 5 years, 4 or 5 years, good straight. It was so much great. Yeah. And if I had any brains, I'd still be in that game.
Yeah.
Of some sorts. I mean, I'm getting old, so it's pretty rickety these days.
Yeah. No, it's tough.
I can still roll around.
Yeah. But like back in that time frame, 85 to 90, like what were some of the like standout moments for you in that, like some of the funnest like road trips or shit like that?
I think it was the realization, when you come to and you're like, holy shit, man, I'm living at Craig Johnson's house. We go hang out with Jeff Phillips all the time.
Yeah.
Johnny Gibson, we go hang out and skate with him all the time.
Yeah.
Todd Prince, Troy Chasen, Ken Fillion, and oh my God, Todd Prince. I mean, there's a million. And you're like, and that was just in Dallas or in Houston. And it was like, holy shit. And then I'll go out to West, hang out with, Neil Blender and Losi and Hassoy and Tony Alva. And I was like, dude, these were my, I really looked up to these people. And now I'm just hanging out with them. Like, it's like no big deal. But when it came down to it, it's the perception that people have about other people. They were just like me, same age, same everything. But for some reason, they get in the magazine or whatever, and it just like has this holy, like grail glow to it, like Virgin Mary and shit. But
especially, I think back then, before the internet and stuff, where there was a way more mystique with shit,
right?
Because you see a picture and that's all you saw.
That's it.
And it was like, oh, who the fuck's this dude? What the fuck's he doing? And you see, especially like Hassoy or something, you see him that fucking high doing like a Christ air or something. You're like, who the fuck is this guy? You know what I mean?
Your mind goes crazy.
Yeah. And that's what I miss about even like punk rock shit, because you'd hear about these bands and you never saw them. So you'd be, who are these fucking guys? These guys are gonna be fucking maniacs. The mystique of shit, dude. And internet blows that off.
Anticipation.
Yeah, anticipation of shit. Like, yeah, dude, I fucking miss all of that in all those worlds. And it's just like, and then now it's just like, there's like too much. Because like people that you once look up to now are like the biggest downers. You're like, this fucking guy? This is what, when I was a kid, I looked up to this fucking guy.
We were talking about that show the other night, right? We're sick of it all.
Yeah.
And Agnostic Front. And dude, I look over and there's some guy going around the pit. That I don't know. He looks like kind of like special needs. You know what I mean? Like kind of like dancing, a little goofy, looking around, make sure no hardcore motherfucker's gonna hit him.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, what if I was out there, I'd just wreck that guy just for doing that. You know what I mean? It's like these half-assed, like people just go out there and it's like, no.
Wait, no, he wasn't like a real special needs guy.
Maybe he was. Shit.
Yeah, no. I mean, there's a lot of goofiness nowadays. But I mean, like even like I was never been more disappointed than the last couple of years with a bunch of the bullshit that's going on in the world. And you see these punk rock motherfuckers, and you're like, are you a shill for fucking Pfizer now? Like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of bullshit, dude. And I'm like, and you were like one of the biggest, not you, I'm talking about these people, biggest anti-fucking corporate, shit. And I'm like, well, you get old and just fucking, you invest in that shit or something, dude, and we don't know about it? You know what I mean? But whatever, like we won't get into a whole political thing here, but yeah, man, fucking, but yeah, dude, the mystique of like, I remember getting Thrasher. I'd get Thrasher a lot just to read like Pusshead's articles to find out like some new music and shit. And I saw one picture of Septic Death. And I was like, oh shit, these dudes look fucking gnarly. You know what I mean? I had some Septic Death records and shit. And I was like, I gotta get all this other shit. I was like, he was all fucked up. He had like a mask on with like one eye cut out. The bleached jeans, fucking weird thread things and shit. And I was like, this motherfucker's a maniac.
Did Pusshead do their stuff too?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh my God.
Well, he was that was his band, but he'd do that article Puzz Zone.
That was his band?
Yeah, Septic Death was his band too. Yeah, and but you'd see all that, and I would like. That's how you found out about shit. But whatever it was, like the world, like that was before I was really into bikes, but like punk rock shit, fucking skater shit, like it was fucking cool. It was, and I'm not saying it's not cool now, because obviously it is. You know what I mean? I just feel like a lot of
the Olympics.
I know. I just feel everything's a lot bigger now, and when everything gets bigger, it gets a little bit watered down. Now there's always going to be real motherfuckers. There's always going to be real motherfuckers, but there's just a lot more tourists in a lot of things. But I don't know. Skateboarding in the late '80s. Early 90s, there was a lot of fucking tourists in it at that point too. It got big. It got big. Like I remember when it went into like X Games and shit like that and fucking.
Yeah. And right when I went up to California, that was right about the same time.
Yeah. So you kind of rolled in.
It was actually a little bit before. It was before.
So you just kind of beat the crest of that wave.
Yeah, the kooky, super kooky shit. And but like you were saying about the just kooks, because when I was in Venice Beach, I was hanging out with Jay Adams and Tim Jackson, Aaron, Dressen. I mean, the list is huge.
Yeah.
And if you went down to Venice Beach as a valley dude, like if you were a kooky looking dude, I saw this guy show up one time, and we're just down there skating, and he shows up with a skateboard, a jam box, a leather jacket, and a chick. He left with nothing.
None of those things.
None of those things. And crumbled. I just saw, they'll just grab your shit and say, then the guy's like, boom, boom, boom. Now get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah,
you weren't supposed to be here. There's the penalty.
Yeah, yeah.
It ain't like that.
It's the tax. You paid the street tax.
No, it's street tax.
Yeah, yeah.
But back in the old days, man, you saw somebody walking down the street, you know, especially when you're from the country-ish, you'd see like somebody skating and you like pull over. Oh, what the fuck you doing, man? What kind of band you into? Where you skate?
Yeah.
It was so limited. But now, and then once it gets out there, then it's the turf war.
Yeah.
But
no, I get it. Yeah.
LA was so different. California's just much, much different.
Yeah, everything was a lot bigger out there.
Bigger.
Too.
It was just tons of it. You know?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why I was like, but you hit on something. That's how it was here. I remember like being a kid on a skateboarder. If you saw anybody on a skateboarder with like the slightest thing of punk rock, like you were like, hey, what's up? Yep. Who you? What's that? You're like, where you from? What are you doing? You know what I mean? Because there was so few of us, and there was so many people ready to fight us at every fucking moment for what we were into. So you had to find an ally wherever the fuck you could.
Try and grow those numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so true.
Yeah, it was good, man. But I don't know. It feels like when you go through it like that, you get a different appreciation for things.
Yeah, it's a totally different era.
Yeah.
And mentality. And you know what? It's kind of cool that you really that you can't do a lot of that shit anymore because
cell phones and cameras and
it's just I think the learning curve, it takes a gap. You know, like those motocross motherfuckers that jump like 100 feet.
Yeah.
You know, instead of hitting the moguls like normal, you know, they just jump over everything. And that's like not learning all the little things from having to do it, from failing. You know, they asked Mr. Google, fuck you, you're done. Boom, got it. And it's I'm not going to say cheating, but it's you're getting helped a bit much.
Yeah. And it's just
what do you really learn? I mean,
yeah.
I mean, hands-on stuff is just so it's in you.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. And you know, but at the same time too, it's like with anything, it's crazy how things progress. Because I remember when I was like more avid into skateboarding, it was all about like boneless hand plants and who could acid drop off the highest fucking thing. That was the biggest thing. Like, all right, I'm gonna acid drop off this shed and hope I don't fucking die, you know, or whatever. But then a couple of years later, you know, the first thing kids are learning are kickflips when it took us forever to figure out a kickflip, you know, or whatever it was, you know. And but that's the first trick someone starts with, so they're going to advance shit further.
When you have it on video and you're analyzing it to a scrutiny, and then you just go, okay, boom, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
But back then, you know, we didn't have a lot of that video.
No.
It wasn't a lot of people to rub that level of, you know, performance on. So then you just say, oh, wow. It's like riding or doing anything else. Yeah. When you're doing something with someone else, it just kind of, it all flows and kind of flows into you, you know? Like, I've seen people do things skating, you know, skating with different people that were like, wow, the fuck did that come from? You know?
Like, but like you're going to, but like I said, when you're physically there, you're going to be able to pick some of that up more than, like you say, and than watching a YouTube video or something. You might get the technical aspects of it, but it's going to come different if you're out there doing it.
Well, that's all we knew, so.
Yeah. Exactly. So, so I know I've been wanting to have you on for a while because, like, you know, you're involved in pretty much everything this podcast is about, and I know we already talked a lot about shit ahead of time. But what do you? I know you got a new bike coming, but what have you been riding nowadays? I know you had an old Triumph, and
an old Triumph that's it's been put up for a while now, but she needs some help. I got a problem with really beating the shit out of stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, I break them, and then I like to fix them, and I like to break them. So and I know that whatever I'm doing, it can be reversed, but I'm not going to jeopardize my performance of my ride because of being afraid of what I'm going to do to the machine.
Yeah.
That's just material bullshit, which you can always repair or fix or do whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I grew up riding mini bikes, bicycles first, skateboards, mini bikes, mini bikes, bigger mini bikes, motorcycles.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. If it was fun and there was some adrenaline to be had there, and a bike it's very similar to skating, singular operation. You know, you got one machine and one skateboard, one person, and it's you and that thing.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of bikes where I'm not even really driving this bike. I'm just like guiding it around.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between when you ride with someone that you know knows how to ride or not. They're not struggling the bike. You know, they're not like trying to maintain the bike. All you're doing is shifting the thing and guiding it left or right.
Where to go?
The fucking thing's doing everything else.
Yeah.
And a little extra throttle never hurts.
Yeah.
That's what I found anyways.
Yeah.
I've been gotten out of so many tight spots, man, just hammering out of there.
Hammering out of it, yeah.
Because as soon as you hit that brake, you have a one fucking shot. You're not going anywhere but where the momentum throws you.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And most of the time, it's not in a good place.
No. And I think anyone that's been riding for a long time knows that. Knows that concept. You got to throttle out. You got to hammer out of things more than. I mean,
Oh, fuck.
if you can, you know when you have to lay it down.
Right.
But
Yeah. And it's not a good moment.
no. But luckily, I don't know. It's probably the same thing skateboarding if you're doing some outrageous fucking aerial shit. But like in a motorcycle situation like that is about to go bad, it seems like time slows down. And your reaction, you just let every like thing kind of kick in.
Yep.
And if you just kind of go with reflexes and stuff, more often than not, you get out of it.
Isn't that kind of like being a drunk driver?
Probably, yeah.
You know, they're getting these fucking horrific wrecks.
Yeah.
And the guy, I dislocated my finger.
Yeah. Because they're all loose.
And the motor's in the back seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're all nimble and limbo. That may have something to do with it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they say that a lot, actually. Like, anytime there's an accident with a drunk driver involved, a lot of times the drunk person fares better than because they're not tensing up and freezing up.
For some reason, that
jolt will do a lot.
And what I found is being tense and shit too. It totally stresses out your whole body. You know what I mean? I've been, since I got sober, and I got sober, almost over a year now, and your body, so much. It's so resilient that, you know what I mean? I mean, after everything I did to mine, and then a year later, man, my skin's better, my health is better.
Yeah, man.
My mind is amazing. Well, I mean, for me.
for
me. But, the human is just an amazing fucking thing.
Yeah, man.
We're capable of so many things. And I don't know, like you, I like all the cool shit.
Yeah. No, but
music, bikes, skating, fucking, I don't know.
But dude, and also respect for, getting sober and taking care of yourself. Because, I mean, I've run into you a bunch through the years, and like you're looking way better now. Like in every sense, what you just said, going through it, like, you know what I mean? Like your presence and, all that stuff. So it's good, man.
Having a clear mind is a lot.
Yeah.
And I was, I'm not going to throw reasons and point fingers, but I had a problem. I was doing it for a reason.
Yeah.
And there is no right reason. So I don't know. Time to change. I changed it. So now let's get on with having some fun,
Absolutely, man. Right. And how's it going? Like, is it being a year in? Is it like, not autopilot, but does it get easier for you, like to sustain?
I don't know about easier.
Yeah.
It actually gets harder.
Yeah.
Because at first I was in a program where you couldn't. You had to be straight. And now that I'm on my own, after, they call it graduating. When you move out of this, house.
Now that you're unattended.
Now that I'm an adult.
Yeah.
But all my vehicles are legal. I don't have any warrants. I don't have a cast.
Yeah.
No crutches.
Yeah. I mean, and we all do stupid shit, but sometimes it feels good to just have not have to worry about some dumb shit like that. Like I'm like, all right, there's no warrants. I'm not one ticket away from losing my license. I'm not fucking, you know what I mean?
Dude,
I can't say all my bikes illegal right now, but or all my vehicles illegal.
Well,
but
I'm saying
I'm mostly there.
I'm saying I'm the legalest I've ever been in my whole life.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say 100%.
yeah.
But I fucking lifetime looking over my shoulder.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, and when you're fucked up, it gives you a little high.
Yeah, sure.
Another little high. It's like, oh wow, ooh, I got over that. Zing, zing, zing,
yeah. This could happen.
Oh yeah, this could happen. Talk about a roller coaster.
Yeah.
You going on a motorcycle ride or a roller coaster ride?
Yeah.
Roller coaster ride of life.
But yeah, man. So no, it's good, man. I'm glad though. Like, I think we're the age range too, where a lot of people, if you've made it this far, it's a good
You're
thing.
lucky, yeah.
And then a lot of people are kind of sobering up. No pun intended, but sobering up to that. Like, all right, man. Didn't think I was gonna make it this far. Got to kind of get some shit together to keep it going.
I mean, I quit straight up. I had to quit 100%. But I mean, shit. If I could have a couple beers, I would love that. But I cannot.
Yeah. And you know that about yourself.
Yeah.
So.
And I've already drank enough for two lifetimes.
Yeah. Your liver's like, we're good.
And tell you what, it's real nice having the.
I think if you just hit the button on the side, it goes away. There you go. Yeah.
The fuck were we talking about?
We were just talking about being sober and being like,
Yeah, not having to worry about things or what to remember, where your vehicle is.
Yeah.
You killed someone.
Yeah.
You know, luckily, I've had my incidences, and they call it the hitting the lottery in the world of recovery. Hitting the lottery, which is like you don't know what happened, and anything can happen.
Yeah.
You could run somebody over, drive home, and the fucker's still under your car in the driveway.
Yeah.
Shit like that. And we used to go out and just look for lotteries.
Yeah.
And that's fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like hurting people, doing bad shit.
Yeah.
Stealing, just like no rules. We were fucking pirates.
Yeah. Outlaw shit.
But outlaws. And man, that shit, I don't give a fuck. It catches up to anybody.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And I'm a big, I hate to sound like a hippie or anything, but the karma, that's a real fucking shit. I'm still paying for all those dead birds and squirrels I shot when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Fucking no reason, just killing shit.
Yeah.
And now that I've grown, I know I'm still paying for that shit because I did a lot of it.
Yeah, man. Shit'll balance out, especially if you have any semblance of a conscience. If you're a total psychopath and have no conscience, probably karma doesn't matter to you.
I do sleep at night, but
yeah.
So I'll only go with one of those. Which one's the better one? That's fucking great.
Yeah. What was back when you were skating more? What was I know you did a lot of street ramp, whatever. What was your favorite shit like? Pools.
Actually, ramps.
Yeah.
A real nice vert ramp in a somewhere iconic to go, or even if it wasn't, if you didn't know what it was, if you heard about, like you were saying, the stories, the perception, or the preconception. Like you heard about this place.
Yeah, now it's a destination.
It's sick. It's a destination. You're on your way, and that road trip to where you're going, dude, it's like you're high that whole time because it's that anticipation. That's that word I might use a lot, but it's so incredible.
No, it's true.
But I think, that's what's wrong with a lot of people these days. You go on your phone, you don't need anticipation. It's fucking right there.
Yeah.
And in the old days, we would have that, and then we'd go do something. And I think it's lost.
Yeah.
People just don't go fucking outside anymore.
I know. And I that's been a thread, on some of the episodes here. And I don't want to sound like an old guy or whatever, but I only say this because if you're a younger dude or a younger gal or whatever listening to this, take heed to this shit because the Wanderlust, like the whole thing. Like, I remember pre-internet or whatever, like a band would come to town. Like Agnostic, I remember there was a show, Agnostic Front, Youth of Today came to played in Providence. And I remember not being able to sleep the night before. So fucking excited. Like, can't wait tomorrow. These motherfuckers coming from New York. Blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, can't wait. Go to see Agnostic
And it was
Front tomorrow.
worth every bit.
Yeah, and it was. And it was the whole anticipation. And then, like, me and Ryan and our friends, like, fuck yeah. And then just getting everyone together, jumping in the fucking... Ryan had this big fucking Impala station wagon, like 8 to 10 of us in there, fucking, and just meeting up with everyone because everyone had to meet up. Like it wasn't like, hey, call this guy. I was like, all right, everyone's gonna be here at this time.
Before cell phones, it was fucking rough.
You had to figure shit out.
It was real. It was real.
Yeah. And then fucking jump in the fucking car. And now it's a destination. We're gonna go into Providence, go see this show, or go to Boston, or go to New York, or wherever. And yeah, like you said, anticipation. No, it's serious. Anticipation and mystique are two things that are lost. And
It gives you something to look forward to.
Yeah.
And when it's happening, it's like all that what you were thinking that's involved. That's in the equation.
Yeah.
So now you're trying to weigh out what you were thinking it was going to be like and what it's really like.
Yeah.
There's a fucking ton of levels of like shit going on here.
But the anticipation and the mystique, I think, led to deeper appreciation once you got there.
Yeah.
And even if it was overhyped and it sucked, didn't lead up to it. It was still fun because it was still like the whole journey of it.
Yes, it was a teaching moment where you go, well, I thought it was like that, but now I know what it's really like.
Yeah.
But it's still pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, fuck yeah. The whole
Sometimes
trip.
the dirtier the better, right?
Yeah. And then the other side, sometimes shit's way better than you thought.
Exactly. So it weighs it up, but man, it's so true. And the bikes, I've really been getting into the bikes a lot.
Yeah.
Seeing that it's harder to roll on skateboarding and the 2 wheels, I just enjoy it so much. You get out there in the wind and I call it therapy.
Yeah.
I don't think about nothing except for just ripping it up. You're not dying.
Yeah. You can't really
Making sure I stop before I hit something, that's all.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking simple.
Yeah. But I think, I think the reason why, and there, I noticed in the last, whatever years, there have been a lot more like skater dudes or like punk rock dudes that got into motorcycles.
Yeah.
And I think it's because they're all the same fucking thing. Like there's like that whole outlaw element to it.
Exactly.
And I don't mean like outlaw, like MC clubs. I just mean like outside of the mainstream, regular society laws, whatever.
And that one-on-one thing.
One-on-one
you
thing.
riding.
And the loud,
riding,
fast, and dangerous shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And the DIY shit. You know what I mean?
But you could go slowly down the road, which, you could go hit a curb somewhere.
Yeah.
Or you could go fucking 100 miles an hour zipping through traffic, the vert ramp.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can do this.
Either
It's
way.
the same. You can go to any level.
Yeah.
And the only thing I have found is that, like, people like to overstep that level.
Yeah.
And that's where it really gets dangerous and where it makes you better than maybe someone else is knowing that threshold.
Yeah. Yeah.
And pushing it. you
Yeah.
know?
Pushing it. Yeah, exactly. Pushing it to better yourself with it.
Yeah.
Like what I find is.
And staying safe.
Yeah. But I like all that shit. Like,
Maybe not so much.
I don't know. Like sometimes I like just cruising. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just looking at shit. Like if you're in a beautiful place and you're out on a bike, like there's no reason to hammer through this shit. Like sometimes I'll tell you what, like, because you said like all those riding, like if I'm by myself, I find that I'm going to be more apt. Like, and if I'm just doing some like regular commuting shit, I'm going to be doing 90 miles an hour, splitting lanes and fucking cutting around because I just want to get somewhere.
there.
But if I'm like riding with friends, it's weird. Like, and I know like everyone gets excited and then they want to start doing that. And it's like, I'd rather just fucking chill and cruise like with everybody. Like, especially if we're in a beautiful place, I just want to check out the surroundings. I don't need to like, we're going like we did a ride a couple years ago. We were riding to the Born Free show and we were riding through these canyon roads and everyone wants to fucking hammer and race. And I'm like, fuck, this shit's fucking beautiful. I just want to take this shit in.
Yeah.
You know, I'll fucking hammer later. You know what I mean? Like when we're on the highway doing nothing, you know what I mean? Like,
I may have a small hammer problem.
Yeah, no. But I like I said, to me, there's time and place for everything.
Right.
Like, but I used to be way more aggro and more aggressive. But now it's like if I'm riding somewhere and it's beautiful, I kind of like to just take it in more.
I think solo, and if I'm riding with someone else, I'll tend to go way ahead for some reason. Because I don't know. I just think everybody can keep up.
Yeah.
And then, but alone, I just like to hammer. I mean,
Yeah.
Just It's like you don't have to worry about anybody else keeping up.
Yeah.
Or mess, screwing up your lines or running into you or you running into them.
Yeah.
It's just hammer. I
love it too. There's nothing.
It's always funny when you show up. They're like, "Oh, we knew you were coming like about 5 minutes ago."
Yeah.
They can tell you what roads you went down.
Yeah. Nah, man, it's nothing like just fucking gripping and fucking full throttle and that shit. It's fucking fun, man.
So great.
But yeah. So you're getting a new bike?
Yeah. Yep. I don't know. It's just it's all S&S. It's jockey shift, hardtail. So I don't even know. I just looked at it once. I didn't even really look at it. I didn't even go into it that hard. Needed some work. Buddy Mike Jay.
You saw it and it just fucking resonated?
I saw it. Well, he's doing me right on the deal.
Yeah.
And he's a solid cat. And he does a good job on his bikes. So I don't know. We'll see.
Shout out to Jay Roach too. Like, he's a solid dude, man. And it'll be a probably as pain free of a chopper as a rigid can be. Like, you know what I mean? Because he dials shit in right. So
sure,
it'll be good. Yeah, you're gonna have to come by on that thing, man. I want to see that when you.
Yeah, you got something going on, don't you? Soon or something?
Yeah. We do the bike nights, which is I think we're gonna move it to Thursday, starting in June 1st.
What's that, Wednesdays?
Thursday. We're moving it to Thursday. It was Tuesdays, but it'll be first Thursday of the month. Yeah, you came out to.
Yeah, I came out to one I was
last year. Yeah,
I knew.
And then June 11th, we're doing the 21st anniversary party. So be a pre-party here it's a Saturday, and then we're all gonna ride over to the venue, and Murphy's Law and Lenny and Cinder Block are playing, and some special guests. That's why I was hitting you up the other time. I was like, you still got loud ones going? It would have been perfect.
I might have to get a little. I might have to get something going again here.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So yeah, that was the other thing. I mean, it sucks. How long? Loud Ones was around for.
We started back when me and my friends actually, we started a cover band when we were in high school.
Yeah. So
we were like 15.
Yeah.
Too young to get in the bars.
Yeah.
So we said, how are we going to get in the bars, drink, and get chicks? We're going to fucking start a band.
Yeah.
So we did it. We practiced for like a year. And then when we were 16, we were playing like Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights at bars, getting chicks and getting drunk. So what the fuck? Yeah, we can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want out in this world.
Yeah, you just got to go do it.
Yeah, that's right. That's the difference: is the doer or the don'ter.
Yeah. Well, or the thinker. You can think about things all you want.
Oh yeah, you
just
can be
go
a
fucking
thinker,
do it.
but you got to be a doer. Fucking hey, man. I mean, and that's what we always did. Even if we didn't deserve it or we didn't have the credit for it, we just beat the door down until the hinges fell off and you get what you want.
Yeah.
There's different ways to get things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And perseverance and determination always works.
Yeah.
No matter what.
No matter what. And yeah, just don't give up because you never know. You never know when that.
Too many quitters.
You never know when that big thing's right around the corner. Like if you quit right then, and like if you just held out another week or two.
Yeah.
The whole fucking trajectory could change.
How many times have you actually that has happened?
Yeah.
Where if there's a little pivot in your world,
and
it comes down to making good choices.
Yeah.
Man, we're like therapeutical.
Yeah, I know. This is a whole different podcast than it would have been 5 years ago, 10 years ago.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. It's funny when you're talking about truck driving. It was like, been plenty of times where I get home and then the next day I'm like, I got to look in. Like, the good thing about a cell phone is that it kind of you can retrace some steps. Is the bad thing too, but like, what did I do yesterday? What time did I leave? How'd I get back?
Take a walk around the vehicle, make sure there's no
limbs,
limbs or sneaker marks on the side.
Yeah. But yeah, so fucking so you're doing you're still doing the tattooing full time?
I wouldn't go full time. I'm going with I'm on a semi-retire vacation.
Yeah.
But I'm about to come off of it, so
yeah.
I'm ready to do some work out there, so I don't know. I'm looking for a shop actually to get into. Yeah,
man.
But that'll happen.
Fuck yeah.
I don't want to rush into it.
Yeah. The good thing though is like you said, that's a lifelong trade and a skill. So as long as you don't fucking fuck up your hand, you can always
Yep.
Jump back in.
And even, you know, if your reputation gets hurt, it's going to always bounce back from that also.
Yeah. It's a pretty forgiving world.
It really is.
For the most part. Like,
Yeah.
and as long as you go about things the right way, you know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, sometimes it's too forgiving. Like,
Right.
there's a lot of people around in motorcycling and tattooing and fucking punk rock that I feel like really 10, 15 years ago wouldn't have had as the length of stay that they have nowadays. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't believe me, I'm not elitist or anything. I think it's the same as you. It's like when you come from something that you really love and you put in all this time into this stuff, like
there's a worthiness to it.
yeah. And if someone's doesn't treat it the right way or just kind of is in it to profit off something
Exactly.
and didn't really put in the time or like I don't like motherfucker. If someone's doing better than me in whatever, fucking great.
Yeah.
But if they're coming from a place where they love it and they've worked at it and they've achieved, I'm like, fuck yeah, man, you're an inspiration. I want to work harder.
What they have is good quality and has merit.
Yeah.
You know, and
There's
it's
some
like
motherfuckers-
metaphors are great. It's like, you know, you don't go to a fucking online college and they're letting you do fucking heart surgery.
Yeah.
You know, you got to pay your dues.
Yeah. Are you referring to that tattoo college online? Did you see that shit?
No.
There's like literally like a tattoo course or something,
my
like a tattoo
God.
college. I think it's in New York or some bullshit. Like
Anything to make money. Fucking people grab shit.
that's
On
fucking,
board.
You might as well just call that clown school. Like, you know what I mean?
God.
Like, holy shit. Like, but like you said,
Imagine somebody coming up at the shop. Yeah, where's your credentials?
I went to
Right here, University of New Hampshire.
I did an online course in tattoos. That's right. Even like tattoo removal, people hit me up like, "Oh, I want to do this," and I'm like, "It's great. You got fucking a couple $100,000
Yeah.
because the machine is this much. You're gonna have to go for training, and it's not like you just jump into shit. Like people think, "Oh, I could do that."
I've looked into that. That's not cheap.
No, you got to pay a doctor to be on staff. There's a lot to it. Like more insurance and fucking, it's a lot of bullshit. And it's like, and right now there's a lot of places doing it. Like that aren't like tattoo shop type places, but like laser spas or like dermatologists. Everyone's trying to glom on to make bucks.
And I was thinking about it was, I was thinking a tattoo or somebody that knows about tattoos.
Yeah.
And how tattoos are applicated.
That's what I do. I reverse engineer it.
But some people do not.
No.
They're picking at it.
Yeah, they don't know what to
Come
do.
back 4, 5, 6 times.
Yeah.
It's like, is it necessary? I mean, if like a light tattoo, you probably get rid of in 2 times, right?
It's so weird because without getting boring people and too technical, it really depends on a bunch of variables. It depends on their skin.
Right.
Depends on the ink, because you know there's different inks.
Oh, yeah,
more
yeah.
concentrated, less concentrated
Yep.
ink. Depends on the hand of the artist, how deep it was put in.
There's a lot.
Depends on the
Variations.
circulatory system, because the laser breaks
God.
the pigment up or the tattoo up,
then
the
it
ink up, and
sucks
then
it
your
in.
body needs to absorb it and flush it out.
Oh, my God.
So it depends on all that shit. Depends on the color of the ink too. Like green is super resilient. Black is the easiest to get rid of.
And
you know?
red's probably wicked easy to.
Red's
right?
easy.
Yeah.
Green is just the problematic one. It's weird. It's weird. So if you got a Shamrock, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I don't know. I can't guarantee that comes
Hey,
out.
Shamrocks. For all the Irish out there, I'd like to tell them, all right, Shamrocks are forever.
But yeah, no, but you know, so there's a lot of things to it. So, but it's like anything, like, you know, like you got to go into it and really learn it. You know, you can't half-ass shit and fucking persevere. You know.
Exactly.
But fuck, man. Like I know it's I don't know. You gonna do any Mother's Day shit?
Yeah, make a phone call.
Yeah. I know it's. I appreciate you coming in on a Sunday. What have we talked about? What's going on? It's important. We hit on a lot. I feel like we had the podcast before we even started.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Hey, next time, start the fucking thing when I walk in the door.
What we're gonna do is just put a lav mic on. Lav
there you
mics
go.
on.
Walk
So we
in,
just walk
boom. How you
around
doing
and fucking,
today?
hey, what's up?
Click.
Here we go. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, there was a half a show before that.
Yeah, it was. But that's why I feel like it's weird to try and bring some of the shit up, because it's like we already talked about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you showed me the oil tanks you're doing, which is very interesting. I'm a fabricator myself.
Yeah, man. Are you still doing knives?
I worked in the welding field for years.
Yeah.
And years. I did a lot of big shit, like fucking relayering dump trucks, doing the frames, redoing buckets.
Yeah.
You know, loader buckets, excavator buckets,
Yeah.
hard facing, replacing, you know, pieces of them.
Yeah.
It's really, you deal with like 1 inch thick shit, 7/8. You know,
yeah. You're doing heavy.
You're burning some serious fucking rod.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
60 18s. But yeah, no, I enjoy all of this stuff, man. I was super psyched for you to call me and get me up on here.
But dude, fucking
because I need the work. This is a shout out.
Yeah,
you can go on my Instagram, Fred Smith, lower. What do you call those things?
Underscore
3RD and get some work going.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I'll have that in the show notes. So you don't if you're listening and you can't remember that, just go to the show notes and I'll have everything tagged up there. You got any websites or anything, or just the Instagram?
No, pretty much technical special person. I was gonna say something else, but it's not right.
I get it.
It's not right.
But no, I get it. Yeah. So, but yeah, hit them up on Instagram, and I'll put up links and everything. Sorry, man, I'm just bugging out for something. That squeak is like, I'm like, what the fuck is that? It's like the windiest day of the year for some reason, and
it's funny because like somebody will be riding my old '66 pickup truck, right? And, the weather stripping's gone. The doors are, and I'll go, hey, you hear that noise?
Dude, my C10's like that.
I do hear a noise, but
I hear a lot of noises, yeah. My C10 is like that. It was from Arizona originally. I got it from one of my brothers in Arizona. And so the weather stripping's like shot out. And it's like, it's basically the truck's rigid. So anytime you hit a bump, the bed's like,
no headliner.
Yeah, I love it.
Echoes.
Dude. Yeah, fucking echoes. Just sitting in a metal cab. Like no rug, no fucking headliner.
Throw the kids in the back.
Yeah, fuck it. And it's nice and low. Just load bikes in if I need
God.
it.
Being low is great. Mine's so low. And
I know. I remember.
can put mine in without even like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting up in it. And,
no.
God, that's a score.
Yeah, I remember.
That's the only way to roll.
Yeah. Didn't you? I think you had the Triumph or something the last time you showed up.
No, that was the Ironhead.
Oh, okay. I know.
Yeah, that rust bucket.
You still got that?
The matching one, yeah.
Are you still making knives? I know you were making knives and weapons for a little while.
I'm just got another garage up in Providence with my buddy James Norton.
Yeah.
He runs a bicycle shop up in Boston. He's got a truck like mine. He's got bikes. He's another little knucklehead.
Yeah.
Just doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
But having fun at it.
So that's what it's about, man. You got to do stupid shit and have fun. Luckily, we've fallen into things in lives where you can do things that are still work but still fun and still be knucklehead.
Well,
shit.
that's the thing, man. And you ask any old timer, man. It's like if you're miserable at work, you're gonna have a miserable life.
Yeah.
If you whatever you do, whatever you enjoy, make that your job because you're gonna be doing a shit ton your whole life.
Absolutely. And even if tattooing or building bikes or running a bike shop or whatever, it's not always the funnest shit. Everything's got stress, but at the end of the day, even though you wouldn't have been fucking kicking shit and throwing shit around, at the end of the day, I'm still in my bike shop. Like, fuck it. It ain't that bad.
Exact same thing.
I could be one of the motherfucker, and I feel for these dudes all the time. Like, when I lived in Arizona, it'd be like July, and dudes are spreading tar on a fucking roof. Could be doing that. That's hard shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucking... That's like, those motherfuckers got a right to be complaining.
Stressing on the water and the electric bill ain't nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Even though everything keeps fucking going up and I can't really raise my prices. I feel like we're getting squeezed out, man. And by us, I mean the whole fucking working and middle class, dude. Like, I'm like, how much more can we pay for everything? You know what I mean? It's fucking bananas, dude.
Well, it's until it drops out, and then, the laborers will actually be starting to make money because no one will do it.
Yeah.
It's like picking the fruit in California. If the immigrants don't do it, no one's doing it. The Americans are too fucking lazy.
Dude,
try and find somebody to work these days.
It's great. I've been looking for like a year for a tech, dude. I've been looking for like a year for a tech, dude. I mean, I got 2 techs here, but like I got enough work where I need a third guy, and there's just nobody out there. There's nobody out there, man. Like I used to put up a fucking post. I get like 40 people hit me up. Now I put up nothing. It's fucking crazy. But it's like that with everything. Like I got friends in automotive industry, same thing. Friends just with restaurants, you can't even get like dishwashers and shit. Like, it's fucking bananas.
Because they're giving them free money, or
I don't know what it is. I think it is. I don't know. But even this is like the first time where like, if you want to get in one of the construction or trade unions in Boston, you don't get to know anyone anymore. You used to have to have like a cousin or someone, or a relative like to put you down. Like they're fucking taking. They can't find enough people. Like,
crazy.
and that's like those are good jobs, good paying jobs, dude. Like you could go fucking get iron workers or electrical or any of that shit right now, and you could be making fucking real money. That's why it's like everyone's like pushes their kids to go to college and shit. I'm like, if I had a kid, like I'd be like, go be a fucking electrician.
Yep.
Like fucking, you are always gonna have a
It's
job
like
or a plumber or anything.
It's like a 4 or 5 year apprenticeship, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
It's heavy.
Some of those are not all of them, but some, depends
20
on
years, you're getting paid.
Yeah, yeah. But it's the world, man. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking.
A lot of people don't like to get dirty.
No.
I love it.
Yeah, man. Fucking. But it's like you said, like got to do what you love, man.
That's for sure.
The problem is sometimes it's like it can go two ways because if you do what you love full time, you might not love it as much.
Yeah. No, for sure.
That's a quick litmus test right there, you know.
No,
Because
totally.
but and I know it's like I can't tell you how many times I'm like fuck this shit because like it's stressful running a shop. Like there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of fucking money going out. I'm like it's not even fucking worth it. It's way more worth it. It was way more fun, quite honestly, when it was like a hobby shop. Or when we were, or when it was part time, or when I didn't have a showroom and I had to keep set hours, like when I could just shut the door and go for a ride. You know what I mean? It was a lot better. But
That's how the tattoo shop was.
yeah. Fuck yeah.
You know what we do? Just classic. Put a note on the door.
Yeah. Oh, I do that.
Yeah. Call. And they call.
They can't find you. Like, can't guarantee I'm gonna pick up. But
Yeah. I'll put my phone on vibrate.
yeah. Well, fuck yeah, man. It was fucking good talking, man. We'll get you some tattoo work for sure, man. I'm sure people hear this want to come get tattooed. Fucking what's your favorite? What are you doing tattoo wise now? Like, what do you? Well, I know you probably can do anything, but like, what do you like? What's the style that you enjoy doing? You know,
I like doing like weird, just like scully, thorny, kind of biomech-y, solid stuff. I don't know.
Shit, that's a tattoo that's gonna stay in there.
A tattoo that is gonna be there for a long time.
Yeah. What do you think of all this shit that's like almost photorealistic,
Photorealistic,
but with no outlines and shit? Like,
well, let's see in 20 years.
yeah, exactly. Fucking 5 years, dude. Never mind.
Go to
20
the
years.
beach for 10 years.
yeah.
On a consistent basis.
Yeah.
And then let me look
Yeah.
on your forearm.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I
Yeah.
guarantee
Yeah.
there's going to be something missing.
a lot missing. But yeah, man. All right, dude. We'll fucking shut this off. Thanks
Right
for coming.
on.